What is going on, everyone? I'm back with another video. So today I have the ProTech Dark Angel in for review. This is a second run production version. I noticed these knives last year, I believe it's last year, when they actually had the pre-production runs, and beautiful knives. I love the design, and I love the way it looks, but they're a little bit too expensive, so I decided to wait for the actual production models to come out. And lo and behold, I got a hold of a second run, which I have here in front of me today. So let's go and dive into it and see what this knife is all about. So here it is. Here's the nylon sheath that it comes with. It's quite nice, quite heavy duty. Has a Velcro attachment on here, and quite tight. But you got, I think this is enough to fit a 2-inch belt. So you can just slip this into your belt loop here. Of course, it'll wear in with time. Alright, so here is the actual knife itself. And right off the bat, I have to say, I absolutely love the design of this knife. Very streamlined, kind of like the little kind of casket style handle shape. I love that. And of course, like I said before, it is a single action automatic, so it only fires out, and you got to retract it manually. Let's go and get into the handle here. So you notice the firing button is just I believe it's aluminum fire button, and got a nice safety switch on there. And when it's pulled down in that position, that means it cannot fire. So if I press that button, see, it doesn't go anywhere. But as soon as you disengage the firing button, better watch out. Get your fingers out of the way. The knife fires really hard, actually. Probably not as hard as my Halo 5, but pretty decently hard. So this is the retracting, I guess retracting nub or handle or whatever you want to call it. Got a little bit of file work on there, a little bit of jimping, so it gives you a bit more purchase when retracting the blade. Inside here, I don't know if you can see that, but there's a spring right there. Firing button is very nice, very smooth and polished. Got a nice little cutout on there to, kind of recess the button a little bit so you don't accidentally press it. On this side of the handle, you do see it says ProTech Dark Angel, production run number 2, and this is serial number 193. The fit and finish is actually very nice. I have to say, it's put together very well. I only own 2 other ProTech knives, but they're both side opening automatics. So I've never had an experience with one of these out the front knives from our ProTech before. So continuing on around the knife here, if you flip it over, on the back side here, you notice there's 3 screws holding the knife case together. There's a little recessed area here, and that is for the pocket clip. And the reason why I don't have it on is because, I don't know if you guys can see that, but there are 2 little scratch marks on there from the actual clip itself. But I will put the clip on temporarily to show you what it looks like. It's just your run-of-the-mill low riding clip, as you can see here. So if you were to, if you had the ability to legally carry this in your area, pretty much the entire knife will be concealed in your pockets. Now the aluminum handles itself are actually quite grippy. It's not one of those really, really smooth feel to it. It actually has a little bit of grit, a little bit of kind of a rubberized texture in a way, and it's very nice because with a streamlined handle as this, you don't want to slip up, And also, while you're holding onto it, the retracting nub here actually kind of doubles a little bit as a finger guard. I mean, not much, but it is there in case you're gripping a knife really, really tightly. Your fingers don't slip as easily as if there's nothing there. So here we are. This is the blade. And you can tell it's actually very beautiful, very symmetrical. I think they did a fantastic job in grinding this blade. It's kind of shiny. It's got a bit of I don't know if you guys can catch that, but a bit of stonewashing going on there. It is double-edged, which means it's sharpened up here and on the bottom. It comes to very nice points, a dagger-style blade. And has a little track in the very middle that runs up, which allows access for the firing button here when you retract the blade in. And of course on the back here, this is where it locks back into the handle. Now this blade design, as you can see, is pretty much bred for one purpose, and that is stabbing. As simple as that. The blade is rather thin, so it aids in the penetration, but very beautifully done. Firing and retracting the blade is actually very simple. There's actually only a couple things you have to remember. First, you got the firing switch, but before you can actually press it, you have to release the safety. When it's pulled back towards you, that means the safety is on, which means that that when you press the switch, nothing will happen. All right. On this side, you got the track, which allows the retracting switch here, the retracting nub here, to run the full length of the handle, which means that you can't actually hold the knife like this because they'll have nowhere to go and the blade will not deploy. You always got to get your fingers out of the way. So you release the safety, get your fingers out of the way, press the button, and the blade fires out. When you retract the blade, it's very simple. You just do pretty much the opposite. You hold the firing button down and grab onto the retracting nub here and then release the firing button, and it is locked into place. So it's actually not too bad. This knife is actually relatively sharp if you actually need to cut something with it. So the ProTech Dark Angel, I think it's a very, very nice knife. Has a very nice, slim, compact, streamline feature, and I mean, it is a single action automatic, so if you guys want a dual action, this would not be the knife for you. It's a lot more compact than the Halo 5, but of course you won't be getting the same amount of reach as the Halo 5. But in terms of quality, fit, and finish, I happen to think that this is a little bit nicer. Now, don't don't flame me, guys, but I mean, this is just based on the knife that I have right here, this particular Dark Angel. It's just so much quality, and it's well built, and even the grind lines are nice and symmetrical, unlike some of the dagger designs of the Ultratechs and the Makora 2s that I own. Now I understand that being a knife that's kind of like hand ground and everything, that it may have some inequality, I guess I should say, between the different models, but it just seems like this ProTech Dark Angel has so much more effort put into it than some of my other Microtechs, and this actually a little bit cheaper than some of my Microtechs, and really a lot cheaper than the Halo 5, which is a knife in the same class, in my opinion, being a single action automatic, out the front automatic. So to sum everything up, I actually really like it, and then with the inclusion of the safety button, I feel much safer in putting this in my pocket if I were to carry it than the Halo 5, which has like a little hair trigger button on it. And with the firing force of the Halo 5, I do not want that thing going off in my pockets. So, all right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Any questions or comments, please leave it below, or otherwise you can send me a PM. Other than that, take care, have a great day, and I will catch you guys on the next one.